Rico, ustedes están claros de que me quieren tirar un rancho en mi casa. O sea.
Welcome, fight fans, to my channel. This is Johnny, and today we're going to be going over statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning Subriel Matias. What's up, fight fans? We're about a week and a half away from the return of El Orgullo de Martireno, Subriel Matias. He takes on, in Puerto Rico, the Aussie, Liam Pero. Vegas currently has this at a 3-1 fight, with obviously Matias being the favorite and Pero, who's going into enemy territory, being the 3-1 underdog. In this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over Subriel Matias's recent fights. We're gonna talk about how he goes about his business, who he's been fighting, and look at some advantages and disadvantages he might have going into the Pero fight. And guys, stay tuned to the end of the video, because at the very end, I'm gonna be giving you 5 wild facts that you might not have known about Subriel Matias. All right, here we go. Matias is a 32-year-old Orthodox fighter who's a proud Puerto Rican. He stands at 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. He's taking on Liam Pero this June 15th in Manatí, Puerto Rico. He last fought Ergashev. Going to that fight, Ergashev was undefeated at 23-0. Matias got him out of there in the 6th via knockout. Jeremias Ponce was 30-0. Matias knocked him out in the 5th. Petros Anyanin was 16-2. Matias knocked him out in the 9th. Jukambayev was 18-0. Matias knocked him out in the 8th. Malik Hawkins, 18-0. Knocked him out in the 6th. Matias's only loss was to Anyanin, who was 14-2 going to that fight. Anyanin won a UD in the 10th, and that was later avenged, like we already spoken about, via knockout. Jonathan Jose Anez was 24-12, knockout in the 5th. And back in July of 2019, he took on an undefeated fighter, Maxim Dadashev, who was 13-0, knockout in the 11th. And at this time of the video, I want to say rest in peace to Dadashev, and I want to give all our prayers and well wishes to his family. We know that boxing and any combat sport is a dangerous sport, and that fight was a reminder. I'll never forget how I felt in the middle of that 11th round when Dadashev's trainer was screaming at him, "I don't want to let you go out. I don't want to let you go out, son." And it was this eerie feeling that came over all of us. And then when the news came out that Dadashev never came or awoke from his coma and he passed away, it hit everyone. And it's something that doesn't get spoken about enough from Matias' side of things. We remember, if we look back at boxing history, when a young Ray Mancini took on Dooku Kim, and that was the day and age when boxing was fought outside in the Las Vegas heat, and the sport went 15 rounds. Because of that fight, because of what happened with Dooku Kim, who passed away, the sport had changed in the next few years from 15 rounds to 12. But my point is, when Mancini has been asked throughout his career after he retired and his life about that fight, he says that fight forever changed him, and rightfully so. He said moving forward, he wasn't the same guy mentally. He didn't have the same drive that he had once had in terms of a primal spirit. So looking at Matias in the fight with Dadashev and seeing how the last 5 years has played out, Matias, a few fights after that, went on to lose a fight, and a lot of the questions were being asked if this was the case. But kudos to Matias. He avenged that only loss of his a few fights later via knockout, and he hasn't lost since. And this is something going into the Liam Pero fight that the matchmakers are going to think that are going to be on the side of Matias. That power. He doesn't really want to fool you too much. He's not really going to win any competitions on the best defensive fighter in the world. He is there to get hit, and he has a granite chin. So time will tell. I'm not going to do a prediction video now on telling you who I think is going to win between Pero and Matias. We'll do that closer to the fight. Now let's take a look at 5 facts that you might not have known about Subriel Matias. Guys, there's 2,232 super lightweight fighters in the world. That's at 140 pounds. Subriel Matias is ranked #1 in the world. Fact 2. Whenever a boxer wins a fight, whether decision or knockout, that goes into his win-loss column as a knockout to win ratio. Subriel Matias also has a 100% knockout to win ratio. He does have one loss, but like we mentioned earlier in the video, he avenged it and won that via knockout. Fact number 3, the aforementioned loss on his record, it still sits at 1, but he fought Anyanin again and got him out of there. A lot of people aren't aware of what his nickname means. Orgullo de Maternillo, meaning the pride of his hometown, this little bay in Puerto Rico, Maternillo. And fact number 5, of the belt holders at 140 pounds, I feel because he doesn't speak English, he doesn't get the pub and credibility and flowers that he deserves, but Subriel Matias is a major belt holder holding the IBF world title. Guys, that title will be on the line this June 15th against Liam Pero in Puerto Rico. In the comments section, who do you like winning this fight, Matias or Pero? Let me know in the comments section below.